Hello, hello. This is your light bright here. Sorry, I just got literally distracted. This is light bright here, coming here from Ray of Gratitude, giving you peace of mind, at least to that one person at a time. Maybe two, maybe three, whatever, right? So as I'm recording this is Valentine's Day. I'm not a fan, but you know what? I'm a fan of how people are turning into self-love. Y'all don't want to hear my stories about Valentine's Day, but I do like to. I'm just not a fan of holidays, honestly. Like, I'm just going to keep it real. But since we're in the spirit of love, since we're in the spirit of heart, heart space and self-love, I'm all about that self-love journey. I'm all about talking about heart-to-heart conversations, emotions, all that stuff, right? And I'm also all about my creative souls, okay? Um, Needless to say, though, this is a pick a card. Okay, this is a pick a card for a self-love message. And there may be some romance that comes through this. I just want to let you know. I don't know. I haven't pulled the cards yet. But if you're not together, please just disregard that stuff. Like, this is a general reading. I must remind people. Yeah, let's just get into the reading. Before I do, I just want to invite you all to take a nice deep breath from me. So when you hear me, when you hear the chime, I just want you to stop. Well, actually, I want you right now as I'm talking to you. I would love for you to just sit up straight with your spine straight and be ready to hear the chime, because when you do, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Blowing that air out and just really tuning into yourself, because some of you may be watching this to learn more about your intuition, right? And you might want to pick all three, which is fine and dandy, but I would love for you to gravitate to which one feels gravitated to first. It might be pile 1, it might be pile 2, or it might be pile 3. So are y'all ready? Let's go. Breathe in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Ready? Let us begin. Let's go to pile 1. Hey, pile 1. So we have this right here, and I'm going to actually save this card for last, okay? Is this in? Yes, it's in the frame. All right, so let's see what your energy is looking like right now, okay? Oh, okay. So some of y'all creative souls is really ready, been creating, doing things, and y'all may be stepping into leadership. I don't know. Some of y'all may be using your voice, or you may be afraid to use your voice, right? Some of y'all might be that lion in the Oz that feels like, they don't have courage. But at the same time, the only place you're going to find courage is within yourself, right? Easier said than done, of course. But let's see what this is about here. I'm also picking up too, for some of you all, you may be attracted to a specific leader, admiring them or really wanting to take notes from them, maybe stepping into a place of the student and gaining a mentor, so you can really start understanding the best places where you can lead. Because a leader shows up in many different ways. A leader doesn't have to be someone that is, a celebrity, someone that is big and known publicly wide. You may just be a leader in your family. You may just be a leader in a small group of 20 people. You may be a leader on your Facebook group or something, you know what I mean? But leaders are definitely way showers. They're definitely inventors. They're people that haven't done things, or people that, well, they usually are people that haven't done things in the group, but they're also people that call on their courage, and step into that courage, embody that courage, and know that if people ain't following me, that's okay. I know some people will, and I don't care. I'm moving forward. Leaders aren't people that are looking around and asking for people to follow them. Leaders are taking the lead and encourage, knowing that people are going to actually follow regardless, and get on the path and find their way or whatnot, you know. So let's dive a little bit deeper. What's this about here? All right, what is this about? What message do I have for you on Self-Love Day? Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna place them like this. Okay. Can you all see them? Yes. All right. So I'm using my other little cards. These are called Lenormand cards, if people don't know, but it doesn't matter. So I think your self-love message here is to dead this. Dead any self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? This whip here, you know, this whip is about self-abuse. It can be about other people abusing you. Whether which way, shape, or form you take it, it's time to dead this. You can't be a leader if you are giving into your negative thoughts. There's a card in here that talks about, you know, being a positive person doesn't mean that you are never negative, you know. This kind of looks like Oprah Winfrey, Malcolm X. Yeah, let's keep with the Black leaders. It's Black History Month right now. Booker T. Washington, that just popped in my mind. Michael Jordan. Are there any other people currently that I like? I'm horrible with names, y'all. Anyway, you get my gist. They stepped up into leadership when they started making decisions for themselves. You know, and you can't sit here and say they never had a bad day. If they ever said that, then they're lying, you know, and then maybe we need to question their leadership. But that's not the message. Let's stay on track here, right? It's okay to have negative thoughts, but you have to actually have the courage. You actually have to have the tenacity and the determination, the perseverance. What other things? You know, the discernment to know, like, one, this may not be my voice, you know, why am I listening to outsiders in the first place? Or two, stop allowing people to project things. Don't pick up everything somebody throws. And I'm coming at y'all because I do that at times too. You know, I went through a long journey of that, and I had enough. I was tired of that crap. And it's like you have to really decide, like, when are you going to stop holding a bushel of thorns and hurting yourself? When? So choose to dead that. That's the self-love. Choose. We all make choices here. And this is the thing with self-love and loving on yourself and respecting yourself. You know that choosing stuff, sometimes choosing no, is honoring your choice and giving yourself love. You know, you can't say yes to everyone and everything. A leader is not a people pleaser. A leader is not a people pleaser. I'm going to say it one more time. A leader is not a people pleaser. So anybody that is trying to step into leadership, really wanting to do things, know that this area of your life may be self-negative talk, may be something you need to work on in order to step into that leadership and feel confident and courageous and go for it. For some of you, you probably already know that, and this is where I was talking about getting a mentor maybe, because sometimes we all make these choices and we want to help ourselves and all this stuff, but we get to a point where we start realizing that you're in like a loop now, and you're really tired of being in a loop, and it's like, how do I get off the Ferris wheel, or how do I get off this hamster wheel, right? It's by stopping. It's by accepting that you're not doing something that's best for you, and it's actually putting your hand out and allowing somebody to guide you, you know. And you also have to make the choice: is this the best leader for me? Is this the best leader that's going to get me to where I gotta go? Because sometimes we don't know where we need to go, we just need help, right? But many times in past, I'm sure, that kind of opens a door for either not meeting your goal because you never had a goal to begin with, or sometimes that leads you with kind of feeling like a little lost again. So, like, I also want to say it's key to know what you want so you can meet your goal. You know, we got the clover in here. We got the key. It's key. You will achieve your goals, right? Step and embody that affirmation right there. And sit down and understand what you're trying to achieve first, right? Before you start looking for a mentor or leadership. And then that way that gauges like, I don't think that person can do that for me, right? Or maybe I can. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. Remember that. If somebody feels that you're having a handout and they want to look for you, a lot of times that makes power roles and you start feeling manipulated and all this stuff. You know what I mean? But knowing that you just need a hand up, you're not asking somebody to make the decision for you or choose for you or do the work for you. You're just asking for them to be the light because your light has been dimmed. You're asking for access to resources or asking for directions to go to the right path. You know what I mean? As I'm sure anybody that's watching this, if you've ever driven around and you're like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. You stop at that gas station or something, or you ask that person. You're not asking them to get in the car and drive for you. You're asking for them to give you directions and go to from point A to point B. All right. So what do we have here in looking at this? This is the key to the leadership that you will be stepping into, and honoring your heart too, right? Because in reality, other people liking you is a bonus, but liking yourself is the real prize. Liking yourself is the real prize, okay? All right. I'm feeling good today, y'all. So that's why I'm coming up in here with this fire. In order to be a leader, like I said in the beginning, a people pleaser is not, I repeat, is not a leader. We tend to try to please everybody because we don't like ourselves. For some way, shape, or form, you know, if you're trying to help, sometimes you're overly helping because you really want people to notice how good of a person you are. But if you're really trying to get people to notice how good of a person you are, then you honestly don't think that you're that good of a person. All right? Let's be real with ourselves. Don't sugarcoat that shit. Let's be real. But then know that you have the power to change that by choice. Okay? Choose to like yourself. That's what I'm talking about. That self-love journey. Gang. Self-love, being on the self-love journey is about getting to know yourself again. Getting to love yourself again. Getting to respect yourself and act in a way that shows that. Be happy with the choices that you make. And if you feel like you made a bad choice, guess what? Don't beat yourself up. Know that you have another time and place to choose again. Don't judge yourself to the point where you're hindering your movement and your growth, all right? So that's my self-love message. Do I want any other cards? No, I'm trying to keep it short. I hope this is not 20 minutes. So that's my message for pile 1. Now I'm going on to pile 2. Okay, pile 2s, this is your message for your self-love day or your self-love message, whatever. So I'm going to leave this here for the end of the reading. Let's see what your energy is looking like right now. Compassion. I don't really like this illustration. Sorry, just saying. But I'm getting reach out and touch somebody's hand. I'm not, don't come for me for the singing, all right? Don't come for me. So anyway, this, I don't know why too. I feel like I'm just looking at this orangutan and I'm sure some people have seen on Instagram. Remember that? I think he looked like this monkey and he was really strolling and driving the golf cart. Like, you know, sometimes compassion can just be loving and being open with your heart and just being playful and laughing. You know, laughing is one of the best medicines for a constricted heart or a broken heart, you know, or a low vibe heart. And it's really hard, y'all, when to find compassion in a lot of negative, low vibing situations. It really is, especially when somebody is just engulfed in negativity. You know what I mean? It hurts. It hurts to see a loved one really not doing good and not really trying to change your perspective, and just sinking in negativity. But it takes compassion to heal that. Compassion is very high vibrational. And when I say high vibrational, if you think of a bright light, in a dark room, that's what compassion does for people. I don't know what's going on with y'all, so I'm going to get into it and let's see what your self-love reading is, okay? So let's see what it is. What it is. Why am I singing? For some of you guys, I don't know if you're like singers or something. I'm not sure. Some of y'all are jokesters. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Maybe the Gemini in me is coming out. Oops, you guys know my sun sign. Anyway, all right. Somebody wants to talk here because we got this book. We got the letter. I don't know if it's a boo thing. This is Valentine's Day. I'm recording this. This is a self-love message, though. But I did warn y'all in the beginning. If some romance stuff comes in and you're not seeing anything or don't even want to see anybody, leave the message for somebody else, okay? Let's get one more card. Okay. So, there is a cycle that's ending here. So, all right. I have two messages. For some of y'all, I feel like there's an apology that wants to come through, that you didn't know about, and it's going to move you into a higher and better, maybe wish fulfillment or something. But there's something that was in the past that was left unsaid, and it's moving you towards a better environment, a better person to be with, or just a new vibe, if it's relationship wise. For others that maybe not thinking about like boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever y'all do, this is, I really do feel heavy that this is an apology though. And for somebody that wants to give the apology, I just want to say that it's okay. Like, it's going to be all right, because whatever winds up happening, you're going to feel better. Like, it's going to move you into a better, just a better vibe and environment, or be around better people. Because, for one, like, it really weighs on your heart. Like, you guys just don't understand when you suppress your emotions. It really does. I wish I could have a picture for it. I never seen this heart. I'm just going to say disclaimer, but I just know. Because I'm a feeler, I'm an empath, I'm a highly sensitive person, whatever you want to call it, right? I just know. Like, one time I literally did feel my heart sink. It hurts. Like, and this is why people don't like feeling negative, right? But I do want to tell you that you can get through that. Your emotions become blocked from the low vibes. So you must find ways to release it and open that energy portal, call it chakras, right? And allow it to flow, to get back in balance. When you're balancing your chakras, it's allowing that source energy to come down and flow. You don't want it to get type of like that. It gets stagnant, and your energy is vital. Like, if you don't have any energy anymore, you're going to be dead somewhere and probably transition somewhere else, right? I don't know. We do have the coffin. We had the coffin in 1, 2. These are some things. I don't know if this is a recurring thing. We are coming into a full moon as I'm recording this. So there may be some things that are actually finally deading, right? And stepping into manifestation, something that you dream, something that you wish for. Or maybe this is something that you need to do in order for you to release and move into a new chapter. Because sometimes, it's almost like somebody said to me, like, the universe sees what you're doing. Almost like how God doesn't help those that don't help themselves, type of thing. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call God, and just replace that name. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But you gotta have compassion for yourself. Like I just was saying in Power 1, if you want to check that out, I think I said that, but anyway, like a constricted heart space energy, right? The heart chakra is in the middle for a reason. It's like the gateway. at a balanced state, it allows it to flow and come in and come out, come in and come out, come in and come out. You know, that's the healthy, balanced heart chakra. But if you close that heart chakra, turn that faucet off, nothing's going to flow. And you're doing it for protection, but guess what? You wind up Xing off the love from yourself. You do. Just saying. Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you do. But sometimes when you have the flow on all the time, right, what happens? The well will run dry. And it's just going to be too much. There is such thing as too much love. For certain people in certain situations, I must add on. There is a such thing. You know, everything ain't for everybody. And you have to respect that. You know, with love comes respect, comes passion, compassion as well. And compassion definitely holds hands with self-love. And when you have your cup full, you can definitely empathize with other people. Getting tongue-tied. So I also do think, though, somebody that's watching wants to say an apology to somebody, but they're not quite sure. I'm going to tell you, do it. You know, and even if you don't get the results that wind up that you really hoped and wished for, please, please, please trust that you will be guided in the right direction. Because guess what? If somebody rejected or somebody didn't react in that way that you expected, it's just redirecting you to where you need to go, to where you really need to be. But you need to stay in that energy of trust, knowing, and compassion. And, you know, compassion also allows you to see, like, hey, that person must have been having a bad day. Or maybe they're having a bad year. I don't know. But you don't, who wants to be around that? Especially if you're showing somebody compassion and just like, no. And look at this. I'm telling y'all, I didn't look at these cards, y'all. I'm just saying, this is what trusting your intuition does. This is why I like cards. And at one point, I didn't like showing that I do this stuff and, you know, what they're going to say about me if I'm picking up tarot cards, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know what? I love myself enough to know that I don't care. If somebody got a problem with that, then so be it. Then just don't come around me, or we don't have to, like, know each other anymore. Like, just that, you know? And that's my compassion for myself and compassion for you. But I'm not going to pity nobody neither, right? So anyway, don't let your happiness be defined by those that don't understand you. Straight like that. Don't pity them. Don't give it no energy, because you're going to wind up being drained from that. You know, sometimes people do that so they can feel pitied, so they can siphon your energy. You know, some people are just like that, and it's effed up, but you know, you got to recognize it first. You got to be aware of it first so you can let go of that. But don't hold this conversation back, because I really feel like there's some type of secrets here that people have been holding. And sometimes people always think secrets are bad, right? But I think that they have a bad rep because people be fearful of telling their truth, because that's a vulnerable state to be in, to tell your truth. Whether you feel vulnerable or not, it just kind of is, you know. And sometimes people keep secrets to protect themselves, to protect others, but there is something called discernment, and it is something to choose, you know, from a place of non-judgment, and choose trust in the universe, so you can be guided to that North Star and keep going to where you need to go. Things are ending one way or the other, I just want to say. And it could be an end of negativity that you've been going through. It could be an end of an actual physical thing, physical person. But trust and believe is for the better good. I just want to say that. So anybody out here that really resonates, speak your truth and feel good about it. And if somebody doesn't respond in the best way, then have compassion for that person and keep it moving, you know. But to be truthful means to be free of the burden that you may be holding, or the fear that you may be holding, you know, of speaking that. So, you know, I'm not going to go there. I was going to say something, but it kind of confrontates from what I'm trying to say. So if anybody's thinking negatively, like, well, this happened, that happened, whatever, there's a need to release and dead that energy of the past and holding on to these past experiences for speaking your truth so you can feel good about your choices. All right, so that's your self-love message. Be happy. Choose to be happy, and choose to still be happy even if those don't understand you. And I'm also going to just throw in there, some of you guys, it may benefit you to write this down. Like for some of you, especially in the age of technology we have, maybe texting, but I don't know, like if this has to do with like a love thing, maybe it might be more felt or compassionate to actually like write a letter, like back in the day. Just saying, just giving a little tidbit. Because maybe you don't have to feel anxious to be there to see somebody respond, like that gives them room to respond in their own time, or whatever. So that's my message for pile 2. And now I'm moving on to pile 3. All right, this is the last pile 3. What we got? I'm going to put this here for the end of the message. Let's see what your message is about. Oh, okay. So creative souls, we got some painting here. I don't know. We might have some painters, some drawers, some illustrators, whatever going on. But this is about perspective. Maybe you might need to change your perspective. And one way that you could do it, my creative soul, is by envisioning, if you had a canvas in front of you, what would you paint right now? Like, how would you paint how you feel right now? Another question is, how can you envision what you're trying to achieve right now? This is something that us artists, question. And if you're an artist and you haven't questioned yourself about that, you need to ask yourself that now, because you picked pile 3. Your intuition led you here, and you need to trust that. I'm just seeing a lot of colors too, and I feel like also, maybe like, what if this is your aura? Your aura is very blue, pink, and purple. Is I was going to say, I'm not 100% sure what those colors mean for you, but I know what the chakras mean, because sometimes the auric colors don't mean the chakra colors, just saying. But I'm going to read it off of the chakras, and you're getting a lot of spiritual guidance, whether you know it or not. And the top chakras, the throat, when I say top chakras, it's above the heart, because the heart is in the middle. The mind's eye, the third eye, the inner eye, however you want to call it, the throat, and the crown chakra, that all connects with the divine energy, the universe, source, great spirit, whatever you want to call this, right? But it's definitely the unseen that we don't see. It's felt, but it's not seen, right? And it's about speaking your truth. It's about trusting your truth, and it's about receiving the truth. So what's your self-love message? Let's see. Some more communication. Okay. Let's see. Okay, for some of y'all, I don't know if there's any femmes watching this. Is it feminine energy? Or is it an actual female? I know with the pronouns, it's like, what? But guess what? I don't mean to offend nobody, but we're talking about a feminine energy. So if you relate to a feminine, if you are a female, then that's just what it is. Let's get one more, please. And if you don't understand, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to explain that right now. So I think some of you guys are very nervous. I need to understand something. What is this? I didn't do this for the other pile, but what is this bear about? I just want to know. Okay, yeah. Some of y'all are nervous. So, all right, how am I going to say this here? I'm looking at these two cards, right? Some of you guys are nervous to showcase your artwork because you're afraid of gossip or afraid of how people will talk about you, right? Just saying. I know a lot of artists feel that way, and it's okay. It's all right. if you feel nervous, because honestly, nervousness, that energy of excitement and fear are very similar. So that's why I'm using nervous. But a lot of times you kind of have to like calm down, understand like what's going on. Because you could be fearing fear, you could be feeling excitement, but at the end of the day, you still have the choice to give into that energy. And I just don't think you need to. I think you need to really tap into these chakras, the divine, tap into that intuition, tap into that creativity, tapping into the feminine energy, right? And really stay committed here, because I think there's a power that you're not really understanding or really accepting as an artist. And you got to stay loyal to that. Like a lot of times too, someone was telling me like a lot of times you have these talents, right, that are just God-given. But we still want to cultivate that because it still has room to grow. Like just because you were given with these talents, a lot of times people waste their talents because it's like, well, whatever, I could do that, but I'm just not here. But you don't really realize you're not making, like, you got that gift, God-given gift on purpose. So there's a purpose for you to use that. This is the thing about creativity. It's here for you to share with others. It's healing for you, but it's also inspiring, that healing of inspiration and motivation for other people that can't do what you do. You need to appreciate that God-given talent and stop hiding it and feeling afraid that somebody's going to say something about you. For others, I think that maybe you've been working on something that you felt really talented about, but it might have came from someone like kind of telling you like, oh, you're really talented in a doctor. You should, like, or you're really talented with health. You should be a doctor. And it's like, I worked hard for me to be a doctor. But there's still a unique talent within that you probably aren't seeing. Like maybe your talent really is absorbing a lot of medical information, but it doesn't mean you have to be a doctor because somebody told you to be. You could use that information for your family, or I don't know, make something up with it. You know what I mean? This pile is definitely about getting creative for intentions of healing and understanding something within the subconscious though. And sticking to it. I'm just going to throw it in here. There's a little promo commercial for you, Pile 3, that I do creative healing. I'm a creative healer. My company, Array of Gratitude, is all about the self-love journey for the creative soul, and working on soul care practices that can help us work at a healthier pace. It helps us transform our negative habits into positive ones so we can really embrace our authenticity and not be afraid of judgment of others. You know what I mean? Like that stifles our creativity, and we did not come here to do that. A lot of people be like, oh, I'm not creative. No, you are. Like there's some unique thing that you do that will allow you to create something. A lot of times we do think of creativity as being that artist, the musician, I don't know, the hairstylist. I know y'all don't get reputable, but you are styling things, right? Style, design, art, that is all a form of creativity. But not knowing your gift, your God-given gift, and using it, it won't ever become an art or a craft. And it's not about what society says, it's about what you authentically came here to do and finding purpose in that. And by sticking to being true to you, because I'm just looking at this dog here. It's like you need to, like dogs are known for their loyalty. You need to be loyal to yourself first, loyal to your craft, loyal to understanding and finding and embracing your uniqueness, because that's where the power will be. Bears are about power. They're also about, I think I read they're about intuition too. But it's definitely introspective. It's internal. So we got make choices your future self will be proud of. I just want to say that we really didn't touch base. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day, and we really didn't touch base on relationships, and I'm just really proud of myself. I'm proud of you, Spirit. No, I'm just playing. But back to your reading. I'm so sorry, pile 3. But I do want to say this too. You may be distracted by, like, some of you already know your gift and know your stuff and your craft, and you're not doing it because you're trying to help other people, and people are distracting you, and you're getting agitated as well, and you need to be like, you gotta go. You gotta say no. You gotta set boundaries and stuff, and be loyal to your craft. Make choices that your future self would be proud of. Like, would your future self say, damn, if you would have stopped working and doing everything for everybody, we could have got here, but we didn't meet because you kept doing all this stuff, so the path changed somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really not a good example, but I'm just saying, like, if we could actually see our future self or even know our future self, um, they rooting us on. You know what I mean? They rooting us on, and they want us to feel good and proud of making the decisions that we are making. Um, to meet at that future moment right then and there. If you can actually foresee that, some of you do have the gift of insight and foresight, and you need to cultivate that. And there's no growth without repetition. It really isn't. You have to have some type of repetition, some type of consistency, somewhere, shape, or form to fine tune and level up. You really do. If you've just been going through life without repetition and stuff, uh, I think there's going to come a point where you do. But I don't think that's possible. I just think that maybe some people just aren't aware of what they're doing repetitively, because we are by nature repetition. Like, we really are. We have patterns, just like Mother Earth. Like, it has seasons, it has patterns, and there's a need for you to understand that so you can take that next level. But I want to advise you, and for your self-love message, to really just look within and figure out what cycles you're doing, and figure out how you're holding yourself back, by 1, not making a decision, and by 2, not really listening to yourself and your intuition and what feels good. Like, if it does feel good to do something that society deems you is bad, I'm not the judge or the juror, but you still have to look within and know when it's time to stop and level up. Just saying. Because when we do embark into something new, it gets really tricky, because it's natural to feel a little bit fear, because we don't really know what's going on. We don't know what's going to happen. But if you have that trust, if you have that knowing and insight of, well, when I connected to my intuition before, things were a little bit murky, but it did wind up working out in the end. Then trust that and move forward. You gotta have faith. That always makes me think of the Shrek movie. There's a lot of new energy coming in, y'all. As I'm recording this, it's about to be the full moon in Leo. Leo is known for a lot of creativity, but it also is very nervous and can get very distracted about worrying about what other people think of them, But when you think of Leo as a regal and higher mind, they know deep down already that they're the ish, right? And people are already going to be gravitated towards me. It's that confidence of knowing that I'm not here, I'm not showing up for other people to like me. If they don't like me, I don't care. I'm still going to be me. I'm speaking about energy, not a person that that's a Leo that doesn't act like this. So that's what I have for y'all. Thank you for showing up to my self-love message. And I have a lot of new things going on. I've been in this cycle of what the, but I definitely have a Facebook group for anybody that does like cards and wants to utilize cards, whether it's tarot cards, whether it's gratitude cards, oracle cards, inspirational cards, whatever it is, whatever you like type of cards, I can show you. I can inspire ways for you to utilize them for your own self-care and actually start repetition to really help you get out of certain situations and really tap into that abundance, really tap into that happiness and joy and creativity to create with you. Excuse me, because creativity should feel joyous. It shouldn't feel like work. And a lot of us creativepreneurs sometimes forget to be playful because they're doing a lot of things by themselves. They need support. They're burnt out and don't know what's going on anymore. And that's something that I love to do for people. And yeah, like if you're into cars, but if you're not into cars, you can definitely look below and check my website out and see what services and products I do have. And yeah, I have some new things on the horizon, y'all, but I can't give it all to you. But you will see some if you stay tuned. So subscribe, like, share, whatever, all that stuff. And we'll see you next time, okay? All right, y'all. I'm outie. Peace.